Morning, good morning, morning. Stocks go up, stocks go down. So let's talk a little bit about what people do and how you trade and you take too much risk and and you get these days every once in a while up and down, and if you watch the video and you understand Sam and how to trade, you do just fine. But if you kind of go off the wagon of however you we're talking about how you were trading, you're trading good and this, and then you get all bullish, you get all bearish. It doesn't matter if you're all bullish. It doesn't matter if you're all bearish. You know what matters? It matters if, okay, so we bought Meta. We bought Meta, and it went 2 to 4, 4.5. So we sold it. But we didn't buy more Meta. We bought SMCI and went 2 to 4, 4.5, 5, 3 to 6, and we sold it. We didn't buy more SMCI, but if you held it, you got $30. So if you so how do you say this gently? If you buy something at 3 and it goes to 30, are you waiting for 40? I mean, you have to roll and sell some stuff, okay? We bought Tesla 235s, then we bought the 245, so we sold the 235s, okay? I mean, so you have to do that. So now you've sold a bunch of stuff and you've covered your account going into these two big things, NVIDIA things, okay? And then you still have some calls and you say NVIDIA is really, really good, so I'm going to go buy Microsoft because it broke 330. It broke. It's going up. So we bought Microsoft. Then we bought some SCMI. It's at 200. It's at 300. It's down $10. Okay, we'll go buy some. Okay, so you buy that. You buy the next one. And then you see NVIDIA drop under 500. Then you see it drop near 490. And you're saying, this is insane. And then you see Microsoft can't even pop $1. It dropped 6, but it can't pop $1. So Sam says, who knows? Maybe they'll just sell this shit off and maybe it's just going to go down. So you buy the 44.30 puts close to the money, and think about it. If you just buy 10 of them, it covers your whole account. And you already have profit because the other stuff is still off. So you have to do that. But here's the reality of the situation. And I just know human nature. I know the human mind. I'm really good at this, okay? I just am. If you're sitting and you bought 4 positions and you have $10,000 in calls, it's very hard for most people, not Sam, but most people. You need something to have happened to you trading-wise, and it did in me when the World Trade Center got hit, where you get slammed, and it doesn't matter how right you are. It doesn't matter how right you are. You just get slammed. And when that happens to you, you understand that what happened yesterday. So Sam bought puts, right? And think about it. If I hold those puts, and I didn't buy a lot, I bought 50 of them, but they went to $55. That's $300,000 on a thing. But I put in, I bought 50 of them. But I put in $20,000 because I had like $60,000 in the market, $70,000. We didn't have a lot of stuff, We had I bought some Microsoft, a bunch of them, and that's CMI. So I needed to cover that $60,000-$70,000. Okay. See, we didn't have NVIDIA. We had Lam Research and we had some AMD, but those are small trades, the dollar trades, right? So you had $60,000-$70,000, and you had maybe $30,000 in from before, and you needed to cover $100,000. So you buy 50 of them and say, if the market goes to shit, I can get $15 or $20 for these. So $15 or $20 covers everything you have, and you become a positive day. Now, I sold them early because I thought it was going to come back. Went to 11. But when I sold them, here's what I did. I sold them in, I took $7 4 to 11. And that's 7 times 5 is 35 grand, right? So what did Sam do? Sam put 260, about 100 of the 440 puts. I said, I'm taking this profit and I'm buying the 440 puts because if the whole world goes to shit, I'm going to make money. And it did. It did. But here's the problem, is if you lied to yourself because here's what people tell me. Oh, my SMCI, I bought it at 3, Sam. They're at 30. If it gets to 20, I'll sell it. But human nature doesn't allow you to sell it at 20. If it goes to 20, you're going to say, I'm going to wait for it to come back to 25. You just are. I'm telling you, you just are. And it's sad, but it's the reality of trading, okay? You won't do that. I mean, I'm telling you, I know people that have taken 10 grand to 100 grand, and now let's say they have a bad day, they're at 60. They don't sell everything and say, I'm at 10 grand to 60 grand. They'll say, I was at 100, I'm going to wait till it gets back to 80. That's what they're going to say. I'm just telling you. And I could, if I had a show of hands here, that would be like 90% of you. And I keep trying to teach you not to do that. Not to do that. I mean, when these things go down, they go down. I mean, look at that. NVIDIA is down. So my logic today, my whole thing was Powell isn't going to screw up the whole world in the market. He doesn't want banks to fail, right? But maybe he doesn't care, and maybe he does. Or maybe there's something else going on that he can't even control. So that's why you buy some puts. And then you're covered, and your day is fine. I mean, it's just interesting. You have to do that. So here's the lesson. No matter what you have, let's say you have 5 grand in the market. If you just say to yourself, okay, I'm down 5 grand. Okay? And that position is 0, I don't care. Then that allows you to buy some puts. But if you say, oh, that's worth 2 grand, it'll come back, you won't buy the puts. You won't buy them. I just know. Okay? So if anybody has any comments on that, let me know, and we can talk about it here. But I'm just telling you, this happens. I mean, people work 2 months to take 10 grand to 40 grand, and they take it to 10 grand in an hour. You just do. Okay? Now, today what happens, I don't know. What I know is I don't believe he's going to crush the market. But it doesn't matter what I believe. It just matters what is. And what is right now is it's ugly, 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 ugly. So think about what I've been saying for the last 4 weeks. Every single earnings winner, every single one, and we hit like 6 of them. Align Technologies went to 410, we sold them. It's at 360. Caterpillar went to 294. The CEO says the world is the best he has ever seen. The company is the best it's ever been. It's down $24. SMCI, guides up flat, but it's still a guide up, down 100. And now you get NVIDIA. I mean, this is mind-boggling, the earnings that they have. It's mind-boggling. And it went down. So if they're not going to buy the best thing in the whole world, you probably need a few puts. Right? And the only way to get your emotions out of this game and become a better trader is to really expect 0. And nobody said take it to 0. You really expect 0. And then you say, hey, you go to Vegas, you go there with $500. Okay, if I lose $500, I'm good. That's how people go. If you go to Vegas with 20 grand and say, well, if I lose $2,000, I'll stop. That's not true. If you took the 20, you won't stop. You won't. Okay? So that becomes a better trader. And today, to me, this is really simple. If he says, I'm done, Tesla's up 30, Nvidia's at 520, the market's up 150 points. But I don't think he's going to say, I'm done. I think there's almost no chance. Is he going to say we're going to keep raising and make it 6%? I don't think so. But there is something he could say that's bad, and it's bad for the banks. And I would think he won't say this, but he could. He could say we're going to fight inflation till it's gone. Not a bad statement. But that tells people he's going to keep raising and raising and raising and raising, and that's not good. Okay? So this comes out 30 minutes after the market opens. Okay? And if we break down, if you're down 20 or 30, you're probably going to hit 4,300, and you may go to 4,200 pretty fast in a week. Okay? Now, the markets go up, markets go down, and we did just fine yesterday. We had 5 trades. We had 5 SPX trades. And I got a couple messages this morning and yesterday. I said, Sam, I didn't buy any of the SPX puts. I just couldn't buy puts. I had calls. 5 trades. We had the 430s. 4 to 11. We sold them at 11. Took 7 points. They went to 56. Then we bought the 4400s at 270. We sold those at 8. They went to 25. We had the 490s from 160. We bought those at 160. They went to 5. We sold them at 5. They went to 16. Then we bought those 480s at the end of the day at 80 cents. They went to $4. And with 2 minutes to go, they were 20 cents. Then they went to $1, and they closed at 4. And then we bought today's SPX puts that we bought at 350 yesterday for today, the 4340s. But they popped all the way to 7, so we said, shit, that's another 2.5 points. So we sold those. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to today to sit and think is, if I didn't buy any puts, why didn't I buy any puts when Sam bought 5 layers of puts? Because were you praying to yourself? Were you too heavily invested? Were you upset? Probably. But there's a whole set of people. Then there's a whole set of other people I got messaged. Sam, I did great. I was down like 15 grand. I bought the puts. I made it all back and more. That's the market you got. And today, all you really have to do is watch. All you have to do is watch NVIDIA. Because if they're going to slam NVIDIA 20 points, I don't care what he says. They're going to slam the market. And that's what we know. That's what we know. Now, nothing what I say here for the next, I'm going to go through, matters. It doesn't matter. Why? Because I'm going to tell you the market is up 15, but all the techs are down, so not strong. But he's going to change everything. He's going to change everything. So I'll give you some numbers, but they don't really matter. Okay? SPX, you got 43.52. 43.31 breaks, you got 4,300. Upside, you need 44.10. If it gets through 44.10, it can go all the way to 44.40. Okay? That's the upside. Avago went to 904 yesterday. 904, so your number is 906, 922 on the upside, and it's at 850. It went down 55 points. 55 points. You got 816. And their earnings are coming, and they're going to have a quarter like NVIDIA. The quarter is going to be that good. But NVIDIA went down. So does it tell you it's going to go up? No, it doesn't tell you anything. NVIDIA is very straightforward to me. You got 491. If it trades at 491, it can go to 500, 516. If it can't get to 491, just chill and wait. Downside, 452. Lam Research. How come this thing isn't 720? Okay. When does it go? Who knows? Downside, 630. Meta, 300. This thing was at 320 on earnings. It's down 35, 40 points. 281. Zscaler. Great news, can't move. But it was up yesterday. You were positive on it at the open. This 148 plus. Okay? It needs 151. AMD. I never, ever, ever play AMD once a year, and we played it, but shouldn't have. You may like it for options. I think it sucks because it doesn't move right. It just doesn't move right. If the stock moves, if you buy something and the stock moves $2 and you make 20 cents, it's just a hard trade. That's right. It's going to be off the screen again. It just doesn't move. Now, there's nothing wrong with buying the stock and holding it and that stuff, but very, very hard to do that. Okay? Snowman. Great earnings. Not great earnings, good earnings. He said everything's getting better, unprecedented demand, all this stuff. But here's the reality. And this is what remember AI, the stock AI? That CEO, he came out and he said, we have so many phone calls, everybody wants our services. And then he doesn't even guide up by $5,000. He doesn't guide up. So if you have everybody calling you and want your product, but you can't guide up, see, NVIDIA guided up. Okay? So just understand that. That's the same type of thing that's going on with Snow. He tells you everything is so good, but he doesn't guide up. So how is it good? It's just not bad. Okay? BKNG. Wow. This thing really went down. This thing is almost where it was on earnings, and they beat by $9. Just another one of those things that doesn't go up. Caterpillar needs 277. Netflix up 6. It's moving. 422. SMCI 282. Amazon 138. Downside 128. NOW 572. Underneath 552. Microsoft, very simple, 333. Tesla, very simple, 242. Can't hold. Okay? Downside, 221. That's what we know. That's what we know. Okay? So guys, look, if you truly believe, only put in what you expect, then you can buy puts when you need to buy puts. Nobody's saying you need to buy puts now or whatever. But here's the thing, we're up 17. I don't know what he's going to say. Okay? But be ready. Both ways. Up and down. And then things have to hold. What if he pops the market 40 and an hour later it's up 5? That's very bad. Everybody have a great trend day. See you, chat. Okay. Did I rant enough?